Supporter Zach says, what are Father Jason's view on Vladimir Putin's faith and relationship with the Russian Orthodox Church? It seems as though he goes to great lengths to publicize his faith, just like Biden, in order to justify his mission.
Yeah, I can't speak to his faith. I don't know it, but I do know that the Russian tradition is to have a strong leader who is the embodiment of church and state. That's the way they do governance in Russia, is that, and we Americans and Canadians, we don't understand that because we have no official religion. You know, well, maybe secularism is now, but
right.
we have no state-sponsored religion in the United States, right? Russia does. Russia does. So if you're going to be the head of the Russian Federation, you are de facto, not in law, because they changed the law in 97, but you are de facto, not de jure, but de facto, you embody both the head of state and the head of religion. That's why Stalin, appointed and created restored the Moscow Patriarchate. And so Mr. Putin has to continue with that. That's the expectation, that the head of the Russian Federation is also going to have a leadership role in the Orthodox Church. Whether he personally believes that or not, I don't know. It's just like looking at Biden. Biden, on one hand, like people say he does pray his rosary. I've heard that. Austin Lloyd says that when he was being sworn in as the defense secretary. He saw Biden praying the rosary, and he does go to Mass and receives communion, to our shame. I wish the bishops would have some more balls on this. He kills babies. He kills babies. He cooperates in this publicly.
It's disgusting.
And they allow him to receive communion.
Yeah.
Shameful.
But it's a good analogy. Just like Biden's praying the rosary and attending Holy Mass, you could take some pictures and say, look, he's a Catholic.
Yeah.
That doesn't prove he's a faithful Catholic, in the same way that Putin's show of being an Orthodox Christian, as you say, you're not denying his faith. You can't read his heart.
Yeah. What we're seeing here is, I think, look at the Kennedy Christianity, cafeteria Catholicism. I think their faith is serious to them. I don't think it's like number one in their faith, because you just look at their policies, but it's definitely on their top 5 list, And that strain within American Catholicism, those sins that cry out to heaven for vengeance, depriving workers of their just wages, they're not for that. Depriving, the sin of Cain, well, maybe that. Harming widows and orphans. No, they're not for that. Sin of sodomy. These liberal cafeteria Catholics, yeah, they're all for that. Okay, so 2 of the 4 they support. Well, Putin is just the opposite. His cafeteria Orthodox, his cafeteria Christianity. Well, he's good on some of them. He's not promoting sodomy, but he's certainly not very good in the area that has to do with orphans and widows and the sin of Cain. Just look at Litvinenko. Look what happened to the plutonium that he put into Litvinenko in England. Look what he did to Anna Politkovskaya. You people who want to have independent journalism to report the truth on COVID, if you did that in Russia, well, Russia's COVID regime was far stricter than anything in Pennsylvania, for example.
How so?
Well, it's you have you take your kid, and you have your kid has the vaccination cards, to go to school. Well, in Russia, COVID vaccines on there, and the medical workers were required. All medical workers, no exemptions, were required, and other people were required to have the COVID vaccine. Here, at least, you could get some exemptions and whatnot, and but not in Russia. Oh no. Masking, all the stuff is far worse than what was in some of the more liberal states in the United States. But people don't talk about that.
All right, thank you so much for watching that clip. Obviously, this is a very delicate topic today, and if you are about to head down and write a very angry comment, maybe before you do that, go watch the entire conversation, because there's a lot that obviously gets left out in these clips, and I think watching the whole thing in context would be a real blessing to you. So click that link. Thank you so much.